Good morning, evening, afternoon, my fellow F1 fans. My name's Farrell. I'm commentating this free practice session for you. First time live here, so hit me up, give me feedback and chat on how you're enjoying it or not enjoying it. We are still about 15 minutes away from the free practice start. And yeah, it is looking like there is lot of rain. The Formula 2 practice has been pushed, postponed over. We will see how it goes on or goes along with, uh, yeah, with the practice session here. Or if they will even be able to keep the weekend structure as they have it, as there would only be one practice session before qualifying, which is putting a lot of pressure on the teams actually, as they only have 1 hour to get everything right about the car. And yeah, before qualifying, there will be Parc Fermé. So if they don't get it right in the first practice session, they won't get it right for the rest of the weekend. I am feeling super fresh. I am kind of north of the track above the Alps, sitting in Switzerland here. We just had the sun come out. So I hope there will be a weather change in Imola soon. Um, I don't know, but currently looking at the pictures, it gives me some very strong Spa 2021 vibes, if we're honest. Pailuka, still raining a lot. Well, I hope this can go along as I gotta be honest, I would be fairly disappointed if the first commentating I'm doing on this amazing channel will just be a cancelled practice session. Um, couldn't tell at all from the accent. I don't know. I hear a lot about my accent, and since I am speaking a few other languages, I'm always very confused with my accent if I'm um honest here. So, Rishi, is free practice one happening? We don't know yet. It hasn't been postponed or anything. It is on the go. The timer is just running down. Schwitz! Woo! Schwitz! Um, yeah, we will see. There's nothing really like apart from some pre-race topics. If you have questions, hit me up, tell me, ask me anything. As it currently is, one note I made, which I am very curious about, your opinions or thoughts on that as well, is what do you think about the current Mercedes situation? As I personally think they are running a very, very low performance engine package at the moment, as they have still no control over their porpoising issues. So I don't think they will really ruin their engine on that, and I think they will, if they get the porpoising under control, they will come out very, very strong with their Brazil spec engine the end, towards the end of the season. Then, FS, my favorite driver. I don't really have a favorite driver. Like I have been very much supporting the drivers who are like on the top midfield, as I was just very bored kind of all this Mercedes dominance. So I wasn't really for any driver, or I was for any driver that could take the fight to Mercedes, as I have been very supportive of Max Verstappen last year. I think it's cool he got the world title. I think he deserved that, but I strongly dislike the way how it happened. That is, mm, that was just painful to watch. That was so sad. Um, and yeah, no points for Aston. That is that is sad. Like I want to see Seb doing good. I want to see him successful. I want to see how it's just it's painful to watch. Same as the start McLaren had. It's uh, I don't know. It's just there has been teams like I'm super stoked for how Haas is doing. Like I really hoped for this to happen, but I was mentally I was prepared to just write them off, sort of. But I'm so happy for them. It's fucking fucking amazing. I mean, if to see Haas battle a Mercedes, it's just. I think the new cars are looking kind of ugly. Don't like the look of it, but I love the racing they produce. It is great. Thoughts on Albon, the tire whisperer, and Williams? um, Absolutely. That was going extremely past me in Australia. It was just like there was not really a lot happening in the race, but enough to keep things excited and have battles. And I was just in that second penultimate lap, I was there like, why the fuck do they pit Albert now? And it was only then that I realized that he was just doing the whole race on his hard compound tire, and that was it kind of blew my mind. I didn't think this would have been possible. Um, Buddy Max, Charles bigger than Max. I don't know about that. I really don't. Um, as Red Bull is having a lot of powertrain issues recently. Um, I think they will have a great championship fight, and I really hope that someone else is going to be thrown into the mix, like not Sainz and not Perez, but like a third team. Maybe Russell or I don't know. I'd love to see Norris fighting up there, but I think their terrible start into the season does not really make that possible, if you know what I mean. Sefco, any link to watch? I don't know where I'm at in Switzerland. There is no live TV coverage of the free practice session. On the channel here, we for copyright reasons, unfortunately, we can only provide you with timing tables. And depending on the data we're getting, we can also have a small track map displayed where you can see which car is where at what moment. Um, Alonso, I don't know. Alonso is a difficult topic with me. For some reason, I can't put my finger on it. He's just I don't like him as a person. Like I don't know, he's just one of those guys where you look at or where I look at him and be like, I don't know. I would probably go to the other side of the road. He would come towards me. Um, but yeah, that's a whole different topic. He is an amazing driver. And the radios you hear from him, he is incredibly team oriented. So I don't really have a reason to dislike him, but yet I still kind of do. If you catch my drift. Um, I wouldn't know, Gang of Four, if Max didn't have the mechanical problems, if he would be leading. It is very speculative. Like, yes, probably, maybe not. He could have ran into other issues. Um, mm, we will see, I guess. We will see. As I really hope that Red Bull isn't going back to their engine reliability like they had it back in the Renault days. Kind of reminds me of that currently. Um, Pretty treacherous. My thoughts on Magnussen. I've always liked him. Like not being my favorite driver or something, but it's always like I was always happy to see him do good and to see what he is doing in that season currently. Um, it is super exciting. I am really really happy for him. Sounds like or it looks like he is really fighting for the juicy parts. Really looking forward to that. I think I think we really have a really neat season ahead of us. Also with the new race control and everything, I hope the whole randomness in decision will kind of, mm, you know, who's on commentary for FP1? Most people call me Feral. It is my first time commentating. I am filling in for the usual commentator because he does not have time at the moment. Hope you like it. Feedback is appreciated. Um, Super Mag. Nice one. Mm, yes, please. Any Red Bull fans around? Um, I wonder, or generally, like, do you have a team you support, or are you just in it for the racing, great pictures, and quite honestly, kind of kind of bad to say, but I'm always sort of looking forward to crashes. Like they make it exciting. I always like I don't want people to get hurt, but just the pure chaos and destruction. Nice. Um Hana power unit still best in regards of power. Yes, but it seems like they have some balancing issues. Like generally, as a rule of thumb, you can say the more power an engine produces, the more heat it will produce. Um, no throat issues. I'm fine. I'm just a different commentator for today, and we'll see maybe some other times. Um, it is, yeah, rain keeps falling. It is just. So, how's it going? We are 53, or goddamn it, we're a little less than 1 minute away from our uh, session or our session start. Let's see on a few seconds, and I seem to have a slight issue. I'll be right back with the live commentating. The video froze on my part. This is like the first time issues you seem to just have. But practice is underway now. I just don't know which cars are out and which one isn't. I've been a Ricardo fans since day one. Soft spot for McLaren, India, Jordan, Racing Point, Aston Martin. Yeah, they're teams of the heart. Um, I like them, and I'm always happy to see them do good, sort of. But it is mm, always it's kind of sad that you do not see them do good all too often. Thoughts on Lando Norris in 2021? It is always nice to see him out. I really appreciate him as a driver, and I do firmly believe he will have um he will have a world title sooner or later, but it's kind of painful to see how he currently is just like with all the problems and issues with all the problems and issues McLaren as a team are facing currently. It is unfortunate to see, really. Um, Practice did start 2.5 minutes ago. We are just, for copyright reasons, not able to show you the practice. We are just here to provide some alternate commentating and some more data on timings and everything you wouldn't get while watching on your TV. Um, to see the red bathtubs in wet condition, yeah, that's gonna be ah, it's gonna be interesting. I wonder how it goes. Danny Rick the most likable. I think he's the funniest, but I also think there is a few drivers who do not really like him too well, if you know what I mean, as lots of jokes are just going onto their back, kind of. Mm, my prediction. I take it you want my poll prediction, where I am kind of undecided, as Ferrari is doing really good, Charles is doing really good. Um, but in recent years they haven't been doing too well on their home soil. So I really don't know what's going to happen there. There is no timings yet. It might be that due to rain, there's just no one really going out on track yet. As well, no, I see the first laps are being pushed in. Valtteri Bottas, Mick Schumacher, and Kevin Magnussen are all out on the track now and finished their flying laps. as it looks. Um, we even get a first sector 2 time off Bottas with a 38.8. Yes, the Alpine is very fast in a straight line, but they do not do all too well in the corners, which is kind of why I do not think that Alonso would have gotten pole in Australia if he didn't crash, as the whole Sector 3 was still ahead of him, and the timings for Sector 3 in Alpine were always kind of bad. I think he would have qualified better than he did in the end, but I don't think that he would have been very uh pole positiony there. Hamilton is the best driver if it rains. I'm not entirely sure about that, as he, sure, he is a great driver in the rain, but I don't think that the performance of the Mercedes is quite there yet. I mean, they're all fairly good in the rain. Also, Sainz and Perez, in my opinion, are fairly good drivers. But mm, I don't know. Do I have another job other than commentating? Yes, I am. Like for health reasons, I have to take a longer break because of my back and shit. But I have a job as a race car engineer. Um, Not anything official, not very big things, more like private racing, sports cars and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, that's what I do. Yes, quack, dog. Shit, sorry, I struggle. I really struggle with that name. Rain always makes things very unpredictable. That is a very fair point there. Um, so yeah, maybe we will see Schumacher on pole. That's my guess now. Schumacher on pole, or at least fastest free practice time will be Mick Schumacher. Um, no, I did not study engineering at a uni. I just made an apprenticeship in mechanics, mostly on watchmaking, and then I just switched fields basically and went into car stuff, and interestingly enough, got a job as a race car mechanic. Then it was a lot of luck involved as well. And yeah, it is a bold prediction. Make Schumacher pole, bold prediction, but I'm sticking with it. I got my hopes up high. What country am I from? I'm Swiss. I'm from Switzerland, living in the east, rather close to Lake Constance. Yeah, Max in the Rain at Brazil in 2020, I think. he was doing a real solid job there. And I'm really sorry not to be able to comment more on the active happenings on track, but it really seems like there is just no video. Keeps throwing me out there. I don't exactly know why. I could see how the Formula 2 practice was postponed, was live there. At the moment, yes, they're just most of them are out. Ricardo and Vettel are kind of nowhere to be seen for now. Don't know if they got an issue or something. But we had yeah, that was to be expected. Um Latifi got stuck in a gravel trap. Could he could keep it running, keep the momentum going, so no red flags so far. Albon gets over grass. Seems like the Williams isn't prepared very well for those rainfalls, it seems. Um, no, I do not have Grid Rival. It kind of flew past me, and I don't know, didn't get to join or are really like willing to join as of now. Um, yeah, Latifi's shown a glimpse of the weekend. It kind of seems like it. Yes. F1 Extra? No. This is not Monza. We are in Imola at the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. So yeah, it was kind of to be expected to have, I don't know, to have Latifi in the gravel first. He's just, I don't know, past seasons he's not being great, but also not terrible. I think he really doesn't get out to like he just doesn't get hang of the car. It seems it's just sort of. Give me a second. We got a Yuki Tsunoda team radio. All right, Tsunoda seems to feel something big in the car. Might be his massive balls, um, or something has come loose, which would be terrible. As I said, there's only one practice session to park Ferme at the moment, so mm, that's gonna be hard for the engineers to set everything up in just one sessions. Um, so yeah, still Vettel got out, so but Ricardo is still um yeah, Ricardo is still in the pits. But it's good to see Vettel getting out. I mean, that was tricky with Australia. Felt really sorry for him just sitting in the box with his mechanical issues. Um, yeah, currently it really looks like a very, very heavy rain. Um, so yeah, let's see. We got another team radio of Ocon. Let's see what he has to say. Just shifting brake bias sounds. Yeah, Mercedes is not looking too strong out there at the moment. I mean, Russell currently P13, Hamilton 15. It's split by Schumacher. Seems like my prediction might come true. Schumacher for before Hamilton. So yeah, Daniel Levy, absolutely legit. Ricardo is dead. He had a heart attack. His car is currently driving itself around the track. They just pushed it out and let it, like, be blown across the track by the wind. Oof. You guys, or some of you guys, were quite right with the Verstappen thing. Like, he just got a purple sector 1, sector 2, fifth lap, half a second clear of Paris in the Red Bull. But sector 3 wasn't going too well with a 32.8. But yeah, the Red Bull seemed to come out strong. Leclerc right behind. God damn. Okay, no, Verstappen is 1.5 seconds clear of his teammate. That's wow. So let's see. Finally. All right, I got the stream going. I can watch pretty much or tell you pretty much live on what is happening on track now without just having to look at the timing tables. So yeah, Helmut Marko was saying that they're going for a very aggressive approach for the weekend with doing no tire management practice, completely ignore all their um, race strategy things and just goes for a fastest lap setup, apparently. Like this is going to be interesting. So yeah, that Ferrari, now that Red Bull is pushing is pretty much to be expected, as stated by Marko, with just they just make a hot lap setup and hope for the best with that, which will make for quite the interesting race, I guess. Um, so yeah, let's see. Does any of you know, is Latifi, did he take damage from that dip into the gravel earlier, or you know anything of what's going on there? Yeah, Alpha Tauri with Gasly and Sonoda there. Cheeky sneaking in on plays as 5 and 6. That is Yeah, outpacing Paris at the moment. This might. All right, Lando seems to have tire damage. At least that's what's being said coming into the pits. Changing for. Didn't they learn from Russia? Oh, okay, no, he's not going out, but they just put medium compound tires on Norris's car, so I was just like, yeah, nah, that's not gonna be. Ah, it is. The thing is, this is practice really going mental as they have only this one session to get it right. That's 1 hour of track time to set their car up for the whole weekend, as the next session will already be qualifying, and they're not allowed to do any aero or suspension modifications after that. So this will get tricky. But Ferrari is showing some pace now too, as Leclerc and Sainz both outpaced Max Verstappen at the moment by half a second. So Verstappen gonna get back out there on his outlap now. It is. I don't really see it on the screen. Maybe some of you know. Is it still raining, like raining down, or is it at the moment just wet conditions? Why only one practice? Very good question. It is because it is a sprint qualifying weekend. So there is this one practice session now, and then later today there will already be qualifying happening. So there will be qualifying today, and tomorrow there will be a sprint race, which will just be a shorter distance race thing with reduced points. 8 for first, and I didn't quite learn how many points the others get. Leclerc doing a spinny spin there. Um, but it's okay. He's back on track. They seem to struggle with grip a little bit. Well, anyways, qualifying will be later today. Tomorrow, a sprint race, which will then determine the grid for the Grand Prix on Sunday. What is qualifying? Qualifying basically is structured like you can go out the pit whenever you want. 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1 for the first 8 positions. All right, so it's just numerally like this. Um, yeah. Now in qualifying, it basically determines your starting position. Fastest time will start first. Um, and yeah, well, slowest time will start last. Yes, there will be the sprint race will be tomorrow uh, afternoon on circuit time, and there will be practice sessions in the morning. So yeah, yes, they structured it. No, 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 no. The winner of the sprint race will then be on the pole position. It is kind of confusing with the structure as you have qualifying. The pole position of qualifying will then be a pole position award, and then you get another award for winning the sprint race. Um, yeah, but that is looking neat. How Red Bull and Ferrari are battling for those times. But it's kind of sad to see how they're just half a second clear then. of Gasly for in the AlphaTauri, leading on the midfield. I don't like to see these kinds of gaps between the leaders and the midfield, or the best of the rest, at least. Quali is in 3 hours, about 3 hours, yes. Tire info at the moment, there is absolutely nothing interesting. They're all out on wets, except for Vettel, the Aston Martin being taking a risk there, going out on the Inters. Let's see what they are doing with their time. That's gonna be interesting. Yeah, now I think people are getting in now, getting their first intermediates out. Ooh, McLaren in the pits having looks like they are doing a lot of additional cooling for their brakes there, with lots of additional uh fans. The rain will keep Max engine from exploding, I hope. Yes. I hope so too. It is always sad to see leaders get out because of, or a DNF because of technical issues. That's kind of hard to see. Kind of hard to see. The reverse grid, I don't know. I always like seeing Formula One trying new things. If they work out, I'm happy if they keep it, but if they don't, I'm also happy if they just bin it again. And I'm just not really a fan of the whole sprint race format, sort of. It's just they're fun to watch and everything, but I didn't really get a warm with it. Um, with a reverse grid, I don't know if it is the dumbest idea ever, but I don't know. Really not. I think it would be worth a go. Do it in Formula 3, Formula 2, see how it goes. But a reverse grid is interesting, especially for the whole racing experience. And with this new generation of cars, we have quite good racing already. So I don't think we need to install or introduce reverse grids. No, no, no. Fire Fistus. There is no reverse grid. We were just juggling around the idea a little bit. Yeah, in reverse grid, Latifi pole always easy. Um, so yeah, let's see what Team Radio Vettel has to say about those inters. Quite catch that. Give me a second. I gotta listen to it again. So they are having issues at the moment with getting heat into those inters. But Vettel splitting the Mercs, love to see it. You gotta love to see that. Williams is I don't know. I see a bad weekending coming for them. Kind of sad to see, but it really doesn't look too good for them. We're honest. Let's see. Um, Albon improved his own times in both sectors now, so whatever they're doing, it seems to be working. But let's see what he does, or how it goes then for for the race, or how they hold up in times uh with the rest of the field. Split screen on your laptop, YouTube, and live stream. I went completely bonkers on that. I got my PC with a double screen, got a tablet next to it with timings, set up another computer to have you guys on the YouTube chat live with me, and I got another laptop laying around in case I need to look something up. So I am currently watching on 5 screens. Vettel on fourth even. This looks promising. That is something I can get on board with. Having Vettel on P4 at the moment, I did not see that coming, honestly. I'm completely out of left field. Like, what the fuck is, or what the frick is happening there? YouTube doesn't like me cursing, so I need to work on that. Fairly sure. My electricity company, yes, but I do like to support them as it is all green energy from water and wind energy. So yeah, Seb ahead of Max. That is exciting. This ought to be good. If he can hold it, that's gonna be amazing. Come on, Fire Marshal Seb, you got this. Track on fire, I tell you. It looks like Alfa Romeo is going for quite the interesting strategy here, having Guan Yu Zhou out, doing lots of laps to seemingly get data for tire wear and race strategy, while it looks like Bottas is not doing as many laps and pushing way harder to get all that juicy setup, one lap, hot lap stuff. You know, track on fire while wet. It might sound ironic, but if you really look deep down into your heart, you will know Seb can do it. How's Mercedes doing? Bad, actually. Quite bad. Hamilton in P15, Russell in P18. Not really bringing in the good laps and spending not a lot of time in the pits. So they are really out there trying to make something work. Marko said he might resign Vettel on a 1-year contract. Ah, I don't think that's a good idea. I think Perez and Verstappen are making quite the team. But yeah, so now it is getting interesting because Vettel pushing in great times on the Inters, Stroll doing terrible time on the Inters, but both set their fastest lap on an Inter So now it's going to be interesting what's coming out there. Yeah, Hamilton currently P17. He's not enjoying this track. He also only has 7 laps under his belt. All right. Steiner just let us know that he is having Mick Schumacher out with the task to just do as many laps as possible. Just just get tire data in. So it seems like they are splitting their drivers up as well as Magnussen on P7 seems to be pushing a lot. Yes, they are all on inters or wet. The current fastest times are all set on wet tires, except for Aston Martin. They set amazing times on the inters, but it looks like the other teams don't care about that. They're still out on wets. That's interesting. Yeah, Russell fast on rainy days. He did, but I really think the struggles for Mercedes are more with their car as with their drivers. But this is amazing. Seeing Vettel in P4, I mean, it is only practice, but seeing Vettel up there, that really warms my heart. That's that's amazing. Like it isn't only about Vettel being a beast in the rain, and it's just everybody's out there on wets, and Vettel's just like, yeah, nah, how about I just mix up the whole field on inters? How about that? How do you like that if I just, not adhere to whatever you all are doing and stroll in the gravel? But I quite admire the off-road capabilities of that Aston Martin. They might have a look at going into the WRC or something with that. Like this looks. I've never seen a Formula One car going so stable through the gravel. They have a great suspension setup for off-roading. The track is. It doesn't really look like a lot of rain out there at the moment. But yes, Norris is out on inters as well, and he just made a 0.26 slower than Paris, who is currently on our first position. So I guess the teams really have to switch over to the intermediates now, and the track seems to be really drying. This is going to make for a very interesting qualifying, as they are now only have 20 minutes left to gather their data, and if the weather stays stable, qualifying will be dry with absolutely no accurate data on the car, as those new generation 2022 F1 cars are the first time on this track, so nobody knows what the fudge is going on with those. Is Aston Martin actually in the WRC? I I, I can't imagine. Like that's not the image they're having. I wouldn't know. I gotta look that up. This is why I'm having my laptop here, so I can look up things like that. Give me a second. Well, it was his 13th lap on that tire? because I don't think that he started on the intermediates. So let's see what do we have with Magnussen here? Uh, the intermediates seem fast on all parts of the track except for turn, what was that? Turn 8, turn 9, around there, the downhill one. The Inter it doesn't really do well there, probably because it's just all the water flowing down there, and there's still quite a lot of standing water. But it is the fastest on the rest. I mean, Sainz with 133.716 got the new fastest time also on Inters. So yeah, now the track is dry enough. Now it's time for Inters. Dan Shepard, rain stays for qualifying. So we gotta get some anarchy there. Like it, like it. It is. I mean, Stroll now got faster than Vettel even. They got very neat timings there. Shito, new to F1, welcome on in. I hope you're having fun with us. Basically, in free practice, it is all about gathering data for the race. How's the car behaving? How is the tire compound doing? How is the surface of the track? How's track evolution over the runs? How is our engine behaving? And so on. So there is lots of pushing going on as you really want to see what can your engine do compared to the others. But there's also lots of just having race pace, getting your laps in, see how that's going to do. It is also not important, basically, for standings or the championship, what you do. Um, but yeah, Leclerc is interesting. He's really putting in fast laps, but also he's spinning a lot. So he is really on the limit there. Um, I don't seem to find anything on Aston Martin really participating the WRC though. They do have some rally cars. They look quite nice even, but not really in the WRC as far as I found things. It is Vettel going up into P3. Now this is very interesting. The Ferrari is doing good times there. Seem very stable, but yeah, Leclerc really interesting as Leclerc seems to either be putting in very fast laps or he is really spinning out. So Hamilton up to 8th. No, he's not. Hamilton is down to 11th at the moment. But yeah, I wonder, like Red Bull didn't have put in lap times with their inters yet. So I'm curious. Why is that? Yeah, Lucy, indeed. Seeing McLaren back into P6, 7. Good to see after their um treacherous start into the season. But yeah, but weather also points toward lots of changing, and Leclerc is going very slow there. All right, no, he's speeding back up. Just waiting for a clear track there, as it seems. Ferrari driving potatoes? Well, they're fast potatoes, though. And they're the only one really putting out the car this year that I think looks really good. So yeah, track clear, back to the green flag, back to looking for data. Verstappen put in a lap on the Inters meanwhile, got a um 1.3 slower than Leclerc, but not too shabby, I guess. There's still 15 minutes. You think Perez out? He is doing an outlap now, so I guess he's still participating, but I haven't seen stuff of him in a while, and Leclerc just cut corners over the grass. He is really struggling with grip. This is about to be interesting in qualifying. I hope he doesn't repeat his Monaco mistakes with just getting pole, wrecking his car, and then not being able to drive. But it is, damn. I mean, Haas is really with us this season. I hope they can keep up their development race. I really hope they can keep up. I mean, Schumacher went up into sixth meanwhile. That's amazing. It's just Latifi 10 seconds off the pace, somewhere on last, in the pits. I don't know. Seems like even under new ownership, Williams doesn't really get out there, if you know what I mean. Um, I don't know what the issue with Williams might be. It's kind of sad to see. So yeah, but I don't know. I'm still very curious on how Mercedes will get through this season. I mean, Russell's down to P17, Lewis Hamilton P11, not even making top 10. But they didn't really change the engine regulations, so there just seems very hard issue with the car, and I'm still saying they come out very strong towards the end of the season, as I think they are not using their full engine power at the moment. I think they're really just. Mm, so yeah, but this chicane there, um, Leclerc not getting it, Vettel going over the grass there. Mm, mm. Yeah, Leclerc went on the grass, Mohammed. Um, not only once, but a few times. He is putting in good times, outpaced by Sainz at the moment, but he is putting in great times, or he's spinning out. He's like right on the limit there. And but gonna love to see it having Haas in P4 and P6. That is just ah lovely, really lovely. We are not gonna have an FP2. This is the only free practice session. Now only 11 more minutes to go in that, where they need to get all their things together for qualifying, which will start in 2.5 hours, something. So yeah, this is This is making for an interesting weekend with just that one session, and Sainz just improving on his lap time again, just showing Leclerc who's boss, at least here. But it's nice to see Ferrari doing well on their home soil after so many years of such painful failures, kind of. You think you will see FP2 today? What do you know that we don't? FP2 will be scheduled for tomorrow. Yeah, nobody's getting close to that Ferrari pace at the moment, and they're not even like doing anything very special. I mean, they're out for 19 laps or 20 laps respectively, pushing in the most laps. The only one out there with them is Magnussen, who has 19 laps out there as well. That's gonna be yes, Vettel in P6 as of now. One of the first going out on Inters and just wrecking competition. He was up to fourth for quite some time. That was weird. So yeah, now Hamilton trying to get this Inter thing in. Oof. Now that's another. Was it Latifi? Oh no, it was oh yeah, it seems like it was Latifi just blocking off Verstappen on a fast lap there. God damn it. But that timing sheet looks mental. Like we're having Ferrari followed by Red Bull, which is to be expected. But we get Leclerc, Sainz, Verstappen, and then we got Magnussen and Schumacher. Like that who would have seen that? That is amazing. Like having a Haas in the top five is already heartwarming enough, but having two Haas in the top five, that is just amazing. Yeah, Latifi, last place, first in the gravel in this session. Consistency is key. Right there with you. I feel kind of sorry for him. Like he has been, like he's never been that great driver. He's probably never get his world championship. But with the last generation cars, as at least he was like, you know, doing something. Now with the new ones, Hamilton, who would have thought he is complaining about tires on the team radio? Where did Perez go? Perez is currently in P6. Um, put in his 17 laps meanwhile. But I don't know if there is if he's coming back out. Haven't seen him on track in quite a while. Haas Ferrari illegal engine. I don't know. I mean, Ferrari has been a bit cheeky with their engines in the past, but deem it illegal. I don't know. Time will tell. I mean, the teams are really on each other's throats about things like that. Um, you hope Haas will beat Red Bull. That would be insane. Bold prediction there. Bold prediction there. Who do I hope wins? Um, I don't know. in my heart, I know this will never be happening, but Mick Schumacher for the win. Absolutely. Yeah, Vettel P8, that has been P4 earlier. Ooh, red flag, Norris. No. Yes? No? Is a red flag because of Norris? I mean, he just graveled himself. What happened there? Why the red flag? Ah, yeah, it was just because Norris going into the gravel, but he got himself back out of it. So red flag now is just for rule conformity that if a red flag is waved, everybody needs to get into the pits. So they're all getting into the pits now, probably doing some setup things and then coming back out. So not as dramatic as other red flags we have seen. Yeah, that was a very nice live picture there of the red Ferrari driving the past the red flag. Very nice color composition there. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like the only thing that happened that could cause a red flag was Norris going into the gravel. Like there was nothing else really happening or nothing else dramatic happening on track. Um, maybe another rogue marshal or something. Yes, the no, the time is still running down. There is 3.5 minutes. Uh, yeah, clock is keeps ticking, but the session will resume now. So it was really just I don't know if they wanted to check if their red flag mechanics on track are working or something. I think that was a hastily thrown flag there. So yeah, Haas is going for their practice starts. Not too impressive, actually. Rear seems to struggle for grip. Norris collecting pebbles for his aquarium. Probably. I mean, the gravel doesn't really look too good, but it is collector's items, you know. Living in 2077, yes, it is Haas in the top five. Both of them. But it is weird to see Paris being behind both of the Haas. And yeah, Hamilton doesn't seem to get out of this bottom 15, bottom five. I wonder why. I mean, Russell is at least in the top 10. So Vettel go in God mode with pulling his tractor, as you say, above the Mercedes. Yeah, it is. I don't know how much luck is involved there, but he is really lighting this wet surface on fire. Love to see it, especially after the whole Australia thing. Odo is whining about the white Ferrari. I don't know. I think he's not whining that much this season as he might have been whining other seasons, especially if because like you just see that their car isn't quite there yet. They just have some issues to resolve there, and while I think it is absolutely not sad that they have a struggling season so far, I do hope for them that they will be getting back on top fast or soon. I think Mercedes is going to introduce upgrades. And I think they're going to introduce those upgrades fairly quickly. While I gotta say, I think with the upgrades, they will also get back into being one of the top teams rather quickly. I just see this as struggles, like starters struggles. I mean, yeah, okay. Toto being salty. Yeah, but it's kind of the team principal's job. I mean, all of them are just kind of a bunch of Karens whining to race control all the time. So I think it's kind of annoying. Hamilton, it looks like Hamilton is still out on the wets and complains about not having any grip. Oh no, it's Inters. It is Inters. But Hamilton complaining about no grip, that's what else is new, you know? You hope for rain in quali. Yes, I do so too. Like how it is standing now? Love to see it. That's chaos. And we get the yellow flag in sector 2. Just just for the fun of it. And it is Bottas being out. It looks like he managed to break just before the wall. But it looks like he can't get out of there by himself. So he didn't stall the engine. Looks like he didn't crash and managed to just stop before the wall, but he doesn't find his reverse gear. Yeah. He found his reverse gear, but the tires just don't grip into the gravel, so he will be picked up now. And yeah, that's pretty much been FP1. He just yeah came out of the Aqua Minerale there, had a little spinny spin, and yeeted himself into the shadow realm that is the gravel there. Mm, but not too bad. He didn't crash into anything. Maybe check the floor, and then he will be ready for qualifying. No problems. Is like the timing standings now as they are. That is fascinating. I mean, Hamilton P18. That's didn't see that coming. Like I expected Mercedes to still do poorly at the moment. But P18 and P10, that is not what I expected. That is absolutely not what I expected. Yes, we get now the next session will be qualifying. Um, in 2.5 hours, if I am not mistaken. And then, yeah, um, then we get a free practice 2 session tomorrow morning, and then it goes into sprint race already. Yeah, Bottas was lucky to keep that one out of the wall. That would have been quite embarrassing, if we're honest. So, yeah, that's been it with Free Practice 1. Thank you all for joining in. I hope I did a well enough job with my first time commentating. Yeah, 17 o'clock local time, or 2.5 hours from now, there will be a qualifying session, which I think you can come back to the channel, watch it here. So, yeah, I think that would have been me signing off, and I need to get some time to get over this timing sheets with fucking both of the or sorry, frickin' both of the Haas in the top 5. That is amazing. Super stoked. Maybe my prediction of a Mick Schumacher pole position and win, of course, will come true. I got my hopes up. And yeah, you get 2.5 hours. Go out, do a random kind thing for a stranger. Help an old lady over the track, or find a child in the supermarket and just buy him some candy. So yeah, hope to be doing this again soon for y'all, and have a great day.